Hey, Craig here. Just got a new bandsaw to speed up production. I thought I'd show you. Right? Okay, here I am in the outside shop, what I call the outside shop here. It's basically a metal carport that I've kind of enclosed here. It's kind of a mess, but... Okay, so I got the Grizzly G0561. This is a 1 horsepower motor with a 3/4 inch blade. Also has coolant. I don't actually use the coolant because I actually have it outside and it's Arizona, so there's a coolant tank down here. I think it's like 2.5 gallons, but outside in Arizona that would just evaporate in a day or two, so I'm not using that. It seems to be working just fine without it. Now the cool thing about, the thing that I like about this the most is this hydraulic feed right here. You can actually dial in pretty close to the feed that you want. I'll have another video after this showing it actually in operation. It's with the fan and everything, it's just too loud. But basically this is the downward position where it's actually feeding. So basically when you want to pull it up, you just turn it this way and you pull up and it stops. And you want it to go down, you just push this down and it starts going down at a feed rate that is established by where this is positioned. Obviously the more you back it out, the faster it's going to go. I've already got that dialed into the feed that I like, so I don't really want to touch that right now. But basically what you want to do is, actually I've pulled it up too far here, but after each cut you basically want to pull this lever up, raise the thing up just above the material so you can get new material in, and then you turn it back on and then you just let it drop and it feeds right through. So if you lift it up too high, then you've got to wait for it, either wait for it to drop back down or you've got to reset your feed rate on here. So far this thing has been a champ actually. This thing can just cut. This is 15 pieces of hot rolled steel. It's 3/16 by 3/4. I cut 15 at a time, and this thing can just keep cutting that all day. In fact, this right here was about 10 feet long. You can see all the pieces that I just cut right there. I've got more stock I'm getting ready to cut, so let's see what else. It's got a little blade cleaner right here. Not sure exactly how long the blades last, but as far as I can tell, this thing is going to cut a lot more. I have the cold saw, the DeWalt cold saw, but in terms of numbers of cut per blade versus the multi-cut blade, I think this is going to be way more economical and a lot faster, and I can actually like multitask. The other good thing about this over, say, the Harbor Freight bandsaw is this thing is about 350 pounds, so you don't have to worry about it falling over, and just the added rigidity. It can just I needed something that can cut a lot more steel faster. So alright. So a couple of the downsides about this, I guess. Well, I already mentioned the downside about the coolant. I haven't even tried it. If you're using it outside, you're going to have to deal with adding water. If you add water, you know, you got to check with the a spectrometer or whatever it is for checking the mixture of the coolant and the water. The other thing is this work stop right here. It only goes out to about maybe 7.5 inches. So I guess I'm gonna have to get a longer bar because some of my stuff is about 9 inches long, so this won't do 9 inches. This thing is made of plastic, but you know, it seems to work okay. When you get this thing, the motor assembly here is in a box down in here, and you have to pull it out and you have to mount the motor on there. That wasn't too bad. Oh, this thing right here is pretty nice. When you unlock it, it just becomes free like this, and you can just put it back in and it secures like that. So that's really, really easy to operate. That's really nice. I haven't really had to change the blade yet. Probably cut through maybe 1,000 of these already, and I think it's just getting warmed up, so I don't know, I might get 5,000 brackets out of one blade. It's hard to say exactly, but so yeah, the key reasons I bought this was for larger horsepower, larger blade, more rigidity, and this feed right here is really, really, really cool. And I don't think there's anything else. Yeah, it's got this like coolant tray right here, and there's a little drain right there. There's a little screen that I didn't really put there because I'm not really using it with coolant. Maybe one day if I put this thing inside I might use coolant, I don't know. I guess you can adjust the angle on it right there. I really have no need to. Right, well, if you have any questions about this thing, you thinking about getting it maybe or something like that, just let me know. I'd feel happy. I'd be happy to answer any questions about it. Alright, well, if you like this video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. Feel free to leave any comments down below. And if you'd like to subscribe, there should be a subscribe button up on the screen and some other videos that you might like to see. Alright.